Miss Habiba Kahinde. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks. It's really nice to see you guys again.
So without much ado, I want to welcome Camilla Nontra.
Yay!
Oh my goodness! I should come to you every day when I need.
Correct. This is Sudan.
Wow!
Sudan. Believe it or not, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt.
Interesting.
Begin to think in a Pan-African way, because they now see that their conditions are not just about that local space, but the condition is linked to all of the other.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. At least good morning from San Diego, California. Good evening to you if you live in Nigeria or in Ghana or in the GMT time. Good afternoon to you if you live on the East Coast or on the Midwest. Midwest is still good morning. Well, we have another great show today. My name is Fred Nontra, co-host of the Pan-Africana Show, and with my co-host Jesse McCoy. How you doing? Well, we have another great show with a great woman. She's a God-fearing woman. She's a mother of 3, and she's a wife. She goes by Mizzy, but we know her as Ruth Zubairu, and she's going to be talking about making money online, gaining visibility online. So I want to welcome our dear own, all the way from the great state of Lagos, Nigeria. Ruth Zubairu.
Is that the hand sign now? You didn't let me in on it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Jesse. It's a good time to be back here on the Pan-African show. Afrisco Periscope relaunched. And it's good to connect with our brothers and sisters from all over the world. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So just to give people a little backstory, if you're not familiar, we say this to you, pretty much every time we bring back somebody. It's like a homecoming for us. So we had a group called Afriscope on Periscope, and it was this Black voices from around the world. And in that time, we ended up becoming almost like a family of people on Periscope, where you expect to see them, and if you don't see them, you wonder what's going on. So this is somebody from the original Afriscope TV group, and we are bringing back. We're happy to have you, and we're even happier that you're going to tell us how we need to be making money off of this internet here. So,
oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
So let's get started. I want to first kind of introduce. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what is going on in Lagos since everything, all the events of the past month. I know we were previously trying to have you on, and there were other things that are going on. Is the situation better? Are there any things that the people need? What's going on there?
1 minute.
You can lower the volume. Then once you lower the volume, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just needed to share that. Yeah, thank you, Jesse. You know how the Bible says to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, because in its peace you will have peace. And so there's no way we'll be talking about making money and running a business when your city is in chaos, when your nation is in a state of opera. The first instinct will be survival. Nobody's going to be talking about how much you have in the bank or the contracts you need to fill. They're going to be thinking about, are we safe? Do we have water? Do we have food? Those are the thoughts. And the past few days, and I think other people in other places that have had some form of disturbances or operas can understand, because businesses thrive in peace. Businesses thrive where there is security. And so you can't really talk about business progress, and no matter how much you study and implement, you learn from the best coaches. If you are in an insecure place, your business won't grow. And so with the happenings of the political scene and all that has happened with the NSAS movement, that came about as a result of political brutality, police brutality. And so people decide that, no, we have to stop this. We have to put an end to it. And the government didn't take it lightly. And some people who had political interests, lashed in on it, and it just got mumbled up. And the people who suffered were the regular people, common people who were operating their businesses. We all know how these things play out eventually. There's looting, different people begin to do different things under the guise, of the fact that there's a protest going on. And so we all have to remain, one, prayerful, two, very strategic about how we operate our business, and try to diversify, because I have seen and heard of people who have lost their means of livelihood, people who had shops looted, and they were borrowed funds, and so they have to pay back, and right now they don't have a means of livelihood. Now add that to the fact that we are in a pandemic where not every business is doing well. Some people who were doing really well before, people in the hospitality industry, people in the entertainment industry, and all that, are now forced to find out what else can we do to make money. And so when you put that in the mix, it's a really dire situation. But there, in all of this, I like to think about the fact that there is always a bright side. So if this is happening, then what can we do? What is the opportunity? Because someone says that in every pandemic or whatever downside, there's a window of opportunity there. So whatever problem that exists, there is a solution in you or around you. So I like to take that mindset and not just be part of those complaining and part of those blurting and finding faults, but to constructively say, okay, what role am I supposed to play here? And then what is the thing I'm supposed to do to change for me, and then to change for others.
That's deep. That's deep. All right. Well, let's get into some business stuff. All right. So tell the people watching, what is it that you do and how long have you been doing it?
Okay, so I currently run a communications and digital PR agency. We provide online visibility solutions for individual brands and then corporate businesses. So what does that mean, online visibility solutions? So anything that you want to do online that helps you get seen, get known, and get paid. So whether it's social media management, whether you want to run an ad, whether you want to build a website, or you want to create sales funnels and all the sponsored ads, marketing, that is what we do. So I have been doing this for 3 years officially as a business, and then unofficially 5 years since I was on Periscope. Yeah. Yeah, you know how sometimes vision or your purpose finds you. And so when I was on Periscope, I was doing freelance and I was writing. I've loved writing since I was growing up. And so by the time I got married, let me give a backstory to this. When I got married and I had my boys in quick succession, I couldn't get a regular job because it would mean that I would have to leave my children in the hands of a caregiver for long hours, because Lagos, usually you would go out very early and come back very late. So
traffic.
Traffic, exactly. So my husband and I decided, okay, you know what, you have to look for something around the house so that you can be close to the boys. And so I tried doing the buying and selling, but it wasn't. A lot of people were holding on to things, not paying and all of that. So, okay, so what can I do, online? And when I started out online, I did a couple of courses. And when my first international post went live, and I saw the reaction. People were commenting, and I was like, really? Because to me, it felt like second nature. I didn't realize that it was something that other people, couldn't do. And so like, okay, so this is something I should pay attention to. And then I went on to, brush up my skills on it, learn, get certified. Then I now got published on the Huffington Post. And it was, oh, wow, how did you do that? Can you teach me? Thank you, guys. And so I started a group. Right now, I think there are about 2,000 plus. I had to archive the group, teaching people how to write for the internet and then how to write to get seen and get paid. Because there was something I didn't really like when I started to write online. People assumed that writers should earn very low. And so you would see them trying to tell you would write 1,500 words and it would be $5 or something. It was some crazy fee. And I said, no, I am not down for that. I know the kind of work that I do. So what I did was I looked out for what is the global standard. What is the standard that is acceptable? And then I raised my level of work to meet that standard. And then I said, what is the global standard pay? And so I can give you this level of work and then you can't pay me peanuts. Otherwise, I'll just build my personal brand. Don't worry. And so I started building up my brand, doing videos. It was really, how sometimes I'll be doing videos and the voice will be crying in the background. So, well,
it's part of the brand.
But I felt, let me just do it. Eventually, some people said, okay, I don't want you to just teach me. I want you to do it for me. And so that's how I ventured into consulting and then providing services. So with time, it grew. When the skill set required wasn't part of my portfolio, I needed to get a team. And so that's how I now built a team around the work. So expanded to websites. Right now, we've done like 2 mobile apps, and we have 2 already in the works. 2 mobile apps are live. Yeah, Apple and Android. So it's been amazing, step by step by step. And so that's really what we've been doing for the past 3 years.
That's awesome.
Wow, this is great. I'm so glad to hear that. Such a blessing. Yeah, so to everyone else in the world who thinks you can do things like that all the way from Nigeria, well, with all the challenges, she's able to build a thriving business from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, that's in West Africa. So, wherever you are, whatever your situation is possible. I want to hack back on something. When you order things, I want to tell everyone that when you order certain things, have some integrity and pay for it. Like she was talking about how she used to give out goods and people hold on. Because guess what? The law, you can believe in the universe. I believe in the God. Whatever you sow, whatever you put out there, is going to come back to you one day, and you're going to suffer for it. And also, if someone does work for you online, pay them like you like to get paid. But if you try lowballing people, guess what? That too is going to come back to you. And anyway, so let's go on. So how are some of the ways you market yourself? Just Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? I mean, is it a wise idea to use all 3, or do you focus on 1 or 2 of them?
It depends. I always tell my clients or people who ask me, it depends on the kind of business that you do now, and depends on where your clients are. So for me, because I run a digital communications business, I have to at least have a presence on all platforms, because you can't be dealing with a media agency or a digital agency and they say we only do Instagram. You just be like, okay. Yeah, so that's why I have to be everywhere. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter especially. So that's where we are. And then we have our YouTube channel that when we create videos. But I have realized that many of our clients come to work with us because of my personal brand. And so my personal brand, I am strongest on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. So these are the places where, for paying clients, yes, because people know me and then they say, okay, yeah, we want to work with you. They work with me because of that. So for every other person, the rule of thumb is know where your target audience is and know what type of content you love to, you are most comfortable creating. So because if your target audience is fast paced, or if they are the ones that love news bites, they love information on the go, then Twitter is the best place to go. And then if you now love to, what kind of content you love to create, you can then repurpose it. So even if you want to do audio streams, you can do audio streams. You can then use the audio streams, put them on headliner, create short videos, get someone to transcribe them, create text, do images. You can do every other thing based on the platform. So, but know where your target audience is, and then understand how best you can create content to serve them consistently, so that once you begin to serve them, they know that when they come on this platform, they can expect to hear from Mr. XYZ. They can expect to hear from you about what this subject and that subject. So I think in getting platforms, that's the first rule of thumb. Now, the second thing I like to tell people is that all of that social media, your websites, all of this are like the push method. You always have to push. You always have to be there. You always have to share content every day for it to work for you. You can't say you're on social media and you post only once in a month. So you always have to be there.
What if we are anti-social media?
Yeah. That if you're anti-social media, you then need to have the pull strategy. So now the pull strategy is the one where you can post once and then you have people come back to you. One of the methods there is guest posting. So you can identify blogs or podcasts or places, blogs especially, that are in your niche, that have your ideal audience, and then you go there and pitch to write a blog for them. Once it's published, it's published. And so for as many people as read the blog, they can find you. That's the pull strategy. So that you do it once. The other thing is doing SEO, search engine optimization. So you can use keywords on your bio. You can use keywords on articles that you've written in other places. And by the time your bio is optimized, your bio on Facebook, your bio on LinkedIn, anywhere, people will then find you. Once they are searching for those words that they are looking for experts, for services, for products, once they're searching for those words, your profile or your blogs or your content pops up and then they find you.
Interesting. See, I've been thinking, and Fred, we're gonna have to talk about this. I've been thinking. I love going.
Jesse gives us so much free content. You see how he's posting every time. We've had fights about that. My wife has yelled at him for that, for doing that. And he's still giving out free stuff.
I am donating content to the world at this point, and at some point, I do need to cut it off. I'm always curious, though. Everybody that we've had on the show always talks about the impact of Instagram. And for me, I struggle with technology, so I'll just put that out there in general. But for me, Instagram has always been difficult because it seems like you have to have content. I mean, I see people post like 3-4 times a day, right? Like content, videos, stuff that's funny, whatever. What is a good rate of posting? I know you talked about before, like make sure you post every day, but is it really every day? Is it really, 4 times a day, every hour? Like, what is a good rate to generate that following?
These things change with time. Most times people post more frequently because they want to beat the algorithms. You know,
right.
the way sometimes they can just change things up. The algorithm
That's
just
right.
change things. Before now, it used to be, before it's worse on Instagram, honestly. Before now,
really?
if you post organically, you would have anyone following you see your post. But right now, if you're not posting not in a frenzy anyway, but if you're not posting regularly and understanding the times your followers are most active, you could as well be posting for this crickets. So it's
I've been there.
But the truth is even if you do post once a day, if the goal even on Instagram is to build a tribe, once your tribe know that you are posting 9 a.m., 12 noon, even if they don't see it on their feed, they are going to look for you. Another way you can get more people to see your post is to tell them to turn on post notifications, so that they can be able to see the post that you make. So once you're consistently giving value, content that resonates with them, you build that affinity, and good things actually do take time to build. Even though we're in a time of, hey, everybody wants to get 10,000 followers in 3 weeks and all of those things. Yeah, if you want a tribe of loyal people who know you, who know your message, who really believe in you and can even spend money with you, you really you have to put in the work to do it, and it does take some bit of time. So no worries if you feel like you're grinding and nothing is happening. Hashtags also are great for getting new people, in to see what you're posting. So when to increase your visibility, using the hashtags, that's also part of search engine optimization, using hashtags that people already are looking for. So if you're a fashion designer in Atlanta, you can use fashion designer in Atlanta. So if people are looking for a fashion designer in Atlanta, your post will be part of those who are there. So those kind of things, using relevant hashtags, not just popular hashtags that are specific to you and to your business and to the solution that you provide.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I also do, as you know, I do food blogging, and anytime I post on Twitter or Instagram, I do hashtag San Diego, hashtag food blogging, hashtag recipe, hashtag recipe of the day, that kind of thing. And that's bring up, and then there's always someone new who follows me anytime I do that. But then, like you said, I do have to post more regularly.
You see, you got that right.
Well, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to convert my Instagram, since I don't really use it right now except to put family pictures up. I'm trying to convert my Instagram into a travel blog. The problem is right now I'm not traveling, right? So the problem. So
the pandemic.
yes,
Okay.
and other financial reasons. So what I want to do is start taking pictures, right? So when we do get back and move out about, even locally, take pictures, of me around cool stuff, post it, right? The difference with Instagram and Facebook to me is, Facebook, I kind of spill my soul. Like I write emotional content and poetry and stories and all kinds of stuff, reflections. And I love Facebook because it immediately gets me into an audience of people who love my stuff, and it's more so for the personal intrinsic value of people saying, "Yeah, I agree." But even with that, I do think that it's time to morph into something more business-like. So I'm wondering, in shifting the attention to Facebook, how should one navigate the Facebook space in order to generate revenue?
Navigate the Facebook space. Now, Facebook is not big on you using your personal profile for business.
Okay.
So what you can do is to create a different page for the travel inspiration or cool places to hang out blog that you're trying to do, and then create the stuff and put it out there. Now, the organic view is going to be really low because they would want you to boost the post, spend money for more people to see it. But what you can do is to just leverage on the other platforms that you already have. And so when you put up a post, you can go live on, you can share it on your normal Facebook profile and say, hey, I just wrote something out. There's something you should check out here, so that people who go to check out the page are people who are interested in that kind of stuff. So that when you have a good amount of likes, you can then run ads to get more people like those people. So this is against the normal practice of just sending it out to all your friends and say, hey, help me like my stuff. Yeah, even though some will like it out of respect for you and just want to cheer you on. If you then take it where you want to run ads, this is where the rubber hits the road. Most people, Facebook will say, do you want it to target people who are like those who already like your page? If you do that, your results will now be really poor, because people who already like your page just liked it because they wanted to still be your good books, or just to cheer you, not really because they like your message or they like the travel and all of that. So ensure that even if you're starting a new page, it's people who are interested in that kind of stuff. You're putting out content there and then using other forms of media to grow the page. But basically, Facebook is, unless you're doing a group, Facebook is basically for running ads. They want you to spend money on Facebook. So you would so to get more organic traction, you would have to use Instagram, or you have to have a live videos, more frequent live videos on all of those things. And then you could also do podcasts as well, and have them redirect them back to your Facebook. Or if you're doing just Facebook alone, you would have to spend money to reach people.
Oh yeah, but gone are the days when you just post and everyone on your feed, or even when when you comment on someone else's post, a lot of people see it, but not anymore. Anyway, Facebook wants that.
They've gotten a taste of it and they want more.
Yeah.
So where is Twitter in all of this? Is Twitter still viable? Do people even still use Twitter, and does it generate any kind of revenue stream?
Twitter is something that people, they would love to ignore, but they can't ignore it. So you know how, because when you're looking for trends, you go to Twitter. When you're looking for anything that's trending, you go to Twitter. When you're looking for anything that's new, you go to Twitter. When you want to call out a company, you go to Twitter. So
yes. I do that. So, I've done that before.
Yeah, so people can't, because for brands, organizations, they understand the value of the retweets and how things can just go viral. So they can't ignore Twitter. And then when you're mentioned on Twitter, you have to listen. So even as a personal brand, it will be good for you to identify people. And then Twitter is also a great place to connect with influencers in your field. So if, for example, the travel blog thing that you're talking about, you can even decide to start a travel ideas blog. So it's not just maybe travel. So, ideas, places, what if, and then get people to dream. Or you can begin to think about virtual reality, and then how we can bring that. There's a whole lot. And then when you go into that space, Twitter is a great place to connect one-on-one with influencers. And so you can have direct access that you don't have on Facebook or Instagram, because on Instagram everybody is a follower, and it's very hard to go and be checking out each person. But on Twitter, you can just mention someone, give them a shout out, and then they click your profile and see what you're about. So it's building your influencer network is easier on Twitter.
Wow. Yeah. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about LinkedIn. It seems to be the good thing, but I know it's more on the professional side. Can you expand a little bit on how to run ads and how to reach a bigger audience on LinkedIn? Because that's the area, an area that is really lucrative, but a lot of people haven't grasped that yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn has been, I think, the highest for me for helping me land paying clients. But the truth is, LinkedIn is not your regular, and so first you have to be good at what you do, because LinkedIn is a place for professionals. It's a place where everybody expects the other person to be sound, and so when you're reaching out or when you're creating content, people love to see good stuff, and LinkedIn is not easy to get one like, and so you can post things and then people just read it and like, nice stuff, and then they scroll past. There's no like, comment, or now. So for you, so you have to really think about, what am I posting? What am I projecting on LinkedIn? It's not about coming to put cute baby faces. No, LinkedIn is not. LinkedIn is not about that
idea.
No, scratch it. So you need to. It's almost like you're doing a defense. You're defending a proposal every time you show up on LinkedIn. Why people should listen to you, why they should see you as the authority in your field, and why they should connect with you. And so people love to connect with people on LinkedIn, but they need to be sure that you are not just you're someone of value. So on LinkedIn, be someone of value. It's very important to be someone of value. Now on LinkedIn, it really doesn't. It's not as you're not under so much pressure to post every day because of the value quotient. Because the more your post gets ignored on LinkedIn, the more LinkedIn reduces your visibility to your connections. So you have to be sure that what you're posting is something that people do not ignore, so that you continue to grow and all that. You know, they even apply. You have to apply to go live on LinkedIn. When I got my congratulatory email, I was like, yes, you know. But that's how very restrictive LinkedIn is. You have to understand the platform and understand what you bring to the table on LinkedIn, and then reaching out, but not just bulk messaging people or spamming people. LinkedIn frowns at that, and then people get really upset about that. Just be human, be authentic, and be a person of value, and then you would grow organically.
So this is probably the time where I need to apologize to Issa Rae and Jay-Z for all the messages that I sent on LinkedIn. It was worth the shot. I was at least trying to see if I can get into Hollywood or get into the rap game. No, I'll say with LinkedIn, it's funny that you say that, because I've never understood what it was for. I was just told, as part of a job, like set up a LinkedIn page. And so what I started doing was tagging. Like I do a lot of interviews, and we're talking about the housing crisis, and evictions. And I started tagging all of the media stuff that I was doing and putting that on LinkedIn, more so that people who know me at least in my professional capacity, and have missed interview I did or missed the article I was in, they could catch it. I wasn't thinking about any of the quotients that LinkedIn is thinking about as far as how do we make this person relevant and somebody, in the industry. But I think I've had really good results, because there have been a lot of people who message through that LinkedIn platform. And it'll be folks I don't know in other states who will be like, hey, I got housing issues. Can you come talk to us? Blah, 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 which may spin off other, opportunities. So that's all great information to know. Now I feel like my price for LinkedIn just went up. So oh
my word. Yeah, it's really good. You get just imagine if you were tagging someone totally irrelevant to the page. I mean, they will just look at it like, okay, why am I tagged here? But because you're doing it right, you're getting the right result. So that's just it. LinkedIn rewards you when you do something right.
That's what we want. Reward systems.
Yeah. Yeah, she's absolutely right. When G had made a post, I don't know whether you saw it, Jesse. It was about PhDs and research. I forget totally. But then it got a lot of responses from females in who had their PhDs, and it really went viral, you know. So it could really hit big on LinkedIn, and that could change your life forever. As you were saying, the right audience and the right stuff, and of course, it's mainly for professionals. So definitely with
professionals and those who serve professionals. So it's So if you're also a service provider to professionals, I mean, it's also a platform for you.
So Ruth, if somebody wanted to say, you know what, this is all complicated, I don't have the time, energy, intellectual ability to be able to do this, and I just want to hire Ruth, right? What would someone need to do in order to get your services?
Just send me a message. Send me a DM, and so on, and then we could either get on a call immediately or have a chat about what the needs are first, because I also like to be sure that people I work with get the result that they need to get. So it's not just a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. We have to have a conversation about what it is you're doing and how to get the traction you need. Because sometimes some people are doing stuff online, but they've not thought through the process. You know, maybe the offer is not good, or the product is just, let me just put it out there. And then you want marketing to come and do the magic. So, but if the product itself or the service itself is not in demand, or it's not set up properly, you know, you can get people to the water, but you can't force them to drink. So.
Yeah. So Ruth, can you type out your some of the way people can reach you in the private chat, so I share it on the different platforms.
Yes. I guess it's a good time for the disclaimer too. Y'all, we talk about this every week. Okay. Ruth is happily married with a family. Please do not use this as an opportunity to pull up like Steph Curry and shoot shots through the DM. Please do not do that. This is a LinkedIn type situation. Okay, we're trying to be professional.
I like that. I mean, that's I put in the link for my Calendly to book an appointment so that we can have a time to chat. But I'm available on all the platforms. Ruth Zubairu on Instagram. I'm Ruth Zubairu Official. So you can send me a message, and then I will. Let me see. Yeah. So
this is a link. http://calendly.com/Zubairu
Yes.
/15 minutes. Yeah.
And
so
please take note. It says 15 minutes. Right? This is not the time to give Ruth your life story and try to put it in a biopic. This is 15 minutes. Have your questions prepared. Ask your questions, get your answers, and keep it moving. I have to do these disclaimers because we're on. I got the link on for Periscope today, and half the people who are on here, I don't know. Thank you for watching, but I don't want people to bombard you with pictures of stuff that you don't necessarily want to see. So, but
I have a free gift for everyone. You know, a free gift for everyone who's here. It's a guide for getting seen, online visibility online, and online visibility guide, especially for professionals or individual brands who want to grow their audience online. So they can get it via that link. I just put it in the chat box.
Okay, let me let me share that too on copy.
That's awesome. Well, while we're doing that, so I know that somewhere there's probably a sister watching the show, and she's thinking, wow, how can I be like Ruth? Ruth is balancing family, business. She's doing all this stuff. How do you find that balance to be able to do it all?
Okay, just before you go, Ruth,
Wow.
I shared the link below. That's the gift she's talking about. So go click on it, go get all the goodies, and then get in touch with Ruth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna click on it myself and all kinds of cool stuff. And then I want to acknowledge a brother who posted Black Power. Boop 11225 years Black Power. We celebrate Black excellence on here, as you can see. Ruth is all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, and we're celebrating her. All right, thanks for joining us, Boop 1225. All right, Ruth, please go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like I said in the beginning, it's a daily process. Most times when I stop to think about it, it can get overwhelming. But I tell myself that one is a marathon is not a sprint. And so if I drop some balls, I don't hit myself too hard. I don't cry too much. And so it is what it is. So my priorities are God, family, and then my business. And so if there is ever a time where family and the business has a conflict, the business ball gets dropped. And I try not to cry too much about that. So even though I'm learning stuff online, and then I'm in groups and everybody's going, and then my child falls sick. I have to slow down and attend to that. So I don't see myself as in the same class or group with everyone. And so I'm different. I understand my peculiarities. So when there is a conflict of family and business, I ensure that my family is fine, because the truth is, I'm also building memories. So my children don't remember me as the mother who was always screaming, "You're making noise, can you leave this place?" No. So they won't understand it, that you're just trying to make life better, but they just see you as cranky. They see the things you do and they feel you're rejecting them. Your children can just be really funny about how they receive the things that you do. So I'm very intentional about the fact that I'm building memories with my children, and their time with me, impressionable time, is really small. And so I need to be present for them. And then I learn as much as possible. I invest in coaches. Because of that, I know that I don't have as much time as other people. So I can't afford to do all the trial and error. So if I invest in my learning in coaches that help me cut my growth process, so that I don't have to make all the mistakes. So if I can learn from this person and then get results, it helps me. With the time I have, I am able to do more. So that's really how I've been able to keep up, stay consistent, and just keep doing it inch by inch, and then one step in front of the other.
That's deep.
So,
I like that.
So Ruth, talk about, you just mentioned about spending on coaches and buying courses. Talk about how important that is, because a lot of people, including me in the past, like to get the free stuff, because a lot of free stuff online on YouTube and stuff. But talk about how important it is to, invest in yourself and buy quality courses and invest in quality coaches. Could you?
I mean, it's invaluable, honestly, because literally what brought me to the limelight, I mean, the first major newsworthy thing was my getting featured on Huffington Post. And I couldn't have done that if I had not paid for a certain writing course. So that was where they broke down all of those. So the truth is, there's so much free stuff, but you would have to sift through the good, the bad, and the ugly. So investing in coaching helps you go step by step by step. Even though I know there are some fraudulent people who are just out to rip people off, but if you do your research well and in your space ask the right questions, you'll be able to find 1 or 2 or 3 people who you can invest in that can help you. So coaching can be in 2 ways: growing your expertise at what you do, and then growing your marketing. So those are like 2 major areas, especially if you want to grow online. To invest in growing honing your talent, your skill, whatever it is you're doing, and becoming better at it, or the best, certifications, all of those, and then the whole marketing process, getting someone to help you grow your business. So those are major areas, because for me, time is everything, and I really don't have a lot of that to play around with. So because of that, someone who has learned and has the experience, I can piggyback on that to make more progress. So yeah, if there's anyone sitting on the fence, just do it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to switch up a little bit and talk about when you're not running the business. And well, first of all, I definitely want to get to this Huffington Post thing. How has life changed since you were put out here on Huffington Post? Like, are you like famous now? Do you still talk to little people? Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, the truth is, when that happened, it was almost like a mini celebrity status thing. But I don't like to get that in my head, because I don't do false appearances. So yeah, okay, when they mention, like, oh yeah, I did that, but this is me. So but it helped open doors. I know how the whole credibility thing. Yeah. And so it helped make doing business with people in my space and breaking into the professional circle, especially on LinkedIn. So people get to listen, okay, they now pay attention because of that. And that's why some of those things are good, getting featured on places. Yesterday, or was it today, someone told me, oh, they saw me on Channels TV. I did an interview with our national television in 2018. And from time to time, they replay the episodes. And someone sent me a message, I just saw you on TV. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. So it just helps solidify your expertise in the minds of people. But for me, it didn't really, because I'm a very down-to-earth person, and so it didn't really change much for me, but it helps make my work easier. So I don't have to talk too much to convince you, because especially in the digital space, there's a lot of fluff, and many people have been ripped off, and then they're thinking, is this person another scammer? So all of those things are good for credibility, and so that's what I just use them for. So as this and this and this and this. Sometimes I forget to post it myself, and then people post it and tag me, like, oh, okay, hi, thank you, and then I reshare it. But I don't like to, because what's a celebrity without money? I mean, what are those? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I just focus on the work and do the work, and all of those are just extra perks.
Okay, I mean, if you can you share that with us later? I'm probably sure you probably don't have the link, so we share it to the audience, so they get to see.
The page.
Okay,
that's gonna be on the Facebook page.
Yeah, definitely go on the Facebook.
Yeah, I will.
So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we're about to wrap up soon. So if you're online on Periscope, on Facebook, you have any questions for sweet Ruth, please post it so we can get it answered. Something you're burning to ask about, please ask it. I mean, you're hiding behind the PC, so no one can see you. Very good, Jesse.
So I wanted to ask now, aside from everything else that you're doing, what do you do for fun and to decompress from all the stress of everything else?
I was hoping you would not ask that. I was hoping you would ask. I was talking with one of my senior friends in Madrid, and I told her, I said, my 2021 goal would be to put myself first, you know, and because I have not done a lot of, what else to do? Like, okay, now after dinner, I'm just going to be watching TV with the children. They'll be having their cartoons, and I'll just sit there. Or sometimes I'll be on my phone. But I want to intentionally take out time to just chill. Maybe go to a spa or something. You know, more self-care, more just me-centered activities, not me as a mom, not me as a mother, because sometimes we can get sucked up into the roles. You know, Fred, you understand. I'm sure G would share the same thoughts, and with all of the plans, the goals, and then we can just keep running. But because I used to love reading fiction and good books. But right now, it's almost as though every free time I have, I just need to quickly get this done. Done. And yeah, but it's part of my next quarter goal to intentionally create time for self-enjoyment.
Yeah.
So whether it's a walk just by myself or an hour to read, because I mean, since the lockdown, my boys have been homeschooling. So you can just imagine me in homeschooling and business and all of this. And my baby is a year, 4 months, 16-month-old. He's demanding as well. So I was telling myself next year, I will be intentional about, you know, just having me time, because it's really important there.
And then a lot of time with Mr. Z, going to the beach with Mr. Z.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't even have to imagine much, because we also are doing the home or virtual schooling, whatever they're calling it. And it does add an extra dimension to the fact that you are on work calls and all that stuff during the day. And I don't know how it is for everybody else, but I get a lot more emails from my kid's teacher than my kid does.
Of course, because you're the one doing the work.
As soon as I learn how to add 3 + 3, we're gonna be cooking with grease out here. So, but yeah, it's I think COVID has shown us, well, at least it's made me reflect. I used to we used to have guaranteed trips at least twice a year to go to Disney World or to go to do something fun. And COVID took that away from us, right? So we haven't been able to travel, or at least the people who are responsible haven't been able to travel and do those things. So because of that, you know, little trips that I used to just think, oh, it's not a big deal. Going to the zoo or something like that is not a big deal. Now I desperately want to go to the zoo. I need to see a giraffe. I just need to see it, because COVID has had me in the room. I've seen nothing but my face on Zoom calls. So I understand. I feel your pain.
That's right. Okay, so if you haven't already, please like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see this wonderful video that will be posted later today, so you could watch it and share this valuable information. Ruth was dropping a lot of dimes here.
Absolutely.
That you could explode, your business could explode if you follow the steps, and then give her a call and, you know, get her paid. You know, we try to celebrate and also put some money in our family's pockets, and not just keep it to ourselves.
Absolutely. And when you blow up on Instagram, and well, first off, Ruth, you already on the way. We're not even talking to you anymore, because once you get the Huffington Post, you in another stratosphere. All right. So y'all keep supporting Ruth. She's gonna keep on doing stuff. And at some point, I think Ariana Huffington is probably just gonna sit down with Ruth and just get advice on how to maximize the Huffington Post. So y'all need to get in now on the ground level before Ruth hits that, because I can tell already once Ruth crosses over into the Hollywood threshold, it's not going to be much coming back, right? It's there. But for the rest of us who are taking first steps, we're going to be motivated. We're going to be inspired by Ruth, and we're going to get out here and start trying to monetize our creative work. That is my resolution for 2021, Fred. You can tell G, I'm going to try to monetize my creative work and stop giving it away for free. And hopefully a year from now, I'll be able to sit back and say, well, you guys, you all were right. And now I've got my Bentley. And
nice.
Worst come to worst, we'll get a good experience out of it.
But Jesse's mini celebrating himself. He's been on different shows, on channels, on the TV.
And before you know it, he'll start getting deals. People asking him to advertise for them, and then you'll be doing because there's good money in that. Now many brands are looking to invest in influencer marketing. So if you're a personal brand and then you're building a following or community, just keep doing that, because people they would feel they will have more returns. Because, for instance, you're building a brand around travel and all of that. People who have products for travel would feel better investing in you. They will feel they will have more return on their investment by investing in you than just doing sponsored ads. So, I mean, there's a whole lot for influencers to get paid in this dispensation that we're going into. So just keep doing what you're doing and build your profile.
Yeah, you're right. And also, those same brands, sometimes they try to get free money from you. Like sometimes they'll contact you and say, oh, you know what, we'll give you this free, we'll give you a free product so that you can do an ad for them. But I don't know, always get paid for your ad, because these guys out here, they don't want to spend, they think, but they'll go and spend it on somebody else who doesn't look like us. You know all about that, Jesse. But then because of our face, and I mean, it's the reality, because of how we look like, where I've seen one of my friends, food blogging friends, said that they said, oh, can you do this for free? But then she realized that they were actually paying someone else because of what it looked like. Yeah, so that is also true. And no free lunches. No,
just understand your worth and say no. No, thank you.
Exactly. And sometimes they'll come back to you. Yeah, so because even G has gotten emails where they say, oh, yes, this and that. And she'll say, oh, well, this is how much I charge for X amount of time, X amount of words and stuff. And they'll come, oh, we are hoping you could do that for free. No. Either you reject them and they come back and pay her, or no. Yeah. So.
Right. Well, let me ask you this too, in closing. We talked about this term influencer a lot this morning as well. Is there a threshold number of followers or interactions that you need to have in order to be deemed an influencer?
Well, right now, there is, now the whole influencer thing, there are different levels to it. So there is the influencers are like you have mega influencers, you have micro influencers, and then you have macro. So macro, they're like maybe between 10,000 and 100,000. Micro influencers are the ones between 100,000 and less than 500 or thereabout. And then you have mega influencers who have 500,000 plus and above. So it just depends on you. But the truth is, the smaller, let's say between 10,000 or at 100,000, the more niched your messaging is. So you can find that many brands would love to patronize people in that bracket. So that's why, and then Instagram gives you a swipe up link in your stories when you're up to 10,000 followers. So people just like to get their followership up to the 10,000 number mark, but there's really no specific number, because if you even have 5,000 or 8,000 people who are constant. The key is engagement. So if you have 5,000 people and you have, the engagement on your page is, say you post something and then you have 500 likes, that's like 10%. It's better than someone who has 100,000 and has 200 likes on their page. Do you understand? So most of all those metrics are also considered when people are looking out for those who they are going to spend money with. So they need to be sure that the numbers tally. So if you're having 100,000 and you have 200 people liking consistent, or 300, it doesn't make sense for them to spend money there as opposed to someone who has 8,000 people and they have 500 likes. Basically. Yeah.
Okay. That's deep. Well, I gotta get the influence now. I gotta kind of be I don't know. It's weird. I don't want to be a
You're an influencer, yeah. So if people listen to you, if you have people who are connecting with you, you have a community, you're an influencer. And even if you don't wear the tag influencers, or nobody has invited you or sent you free stuff as an influencer, yeah, you're an influencer. If you can say something and you have people responding in likes and in comments, you have a certain influence over people, and that's what brands are looking to pay for.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ruth Zubairu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank Mr. Z for allowing you to come on here.
You're here. It was a pleasure for me doing this. Thank you so much, Jesse and Fred.
Yeah.
We're glad. And this was great information. I think we already talked about it before, but if you haven't done so already, make sure that you like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build bridges to connect our diaspora. We also have shirts. So make sure that you get merchandise and tagged in. It's the winter time, so I got to get me a sweater because it's starting to get cold down here. But yeah, definitely like us, subscribe to our page, subscribe to our channel. Also, if you're interested in being a guest on the show, feel free to shoot us a message right there through the Facebook page and let us know, hey, I am a Black person in this place. I spoke to somebody, I think I told you a couple weeks ago, from Fiji, a Black person in Fiji. Wow. And I was like, how did you get there? And they were like, oh, everybody in Fiji is Black. What? Yeah, exactly. So wow. I'm trying to convince them to come on, but I think it's important. I don't know about you all, but I know in our education, in our school systems, we don't see a lot of Black faces in different places. We see, everybody talks about Martin Luther King, everybody talks about Nelson Mandela. That's pretty much what you get. But you don't see how wide the diaspora is. And because you don't see it, you feel disconnected, right? So the hope is that we can connect. Even on this square box I'm looking at now, I see Ghana, Nigeria, and the United States. So we're connecting here. We're going to expand this out. We want to increase the net to capture as many people as we can get. I would be remiss if I didn't shout out the Israeli people who continue to send me, folks. I promise I'm going to get to you all, who continue to send me people who want to talk about Israel, and the Brazilians who continue to want to talk about Brazil. So we're going to get all of you all incorporated as well. But thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Ruth, for taking the time out to educate us on how to be better stewards of our content and make it marketable. And, for everybody watching, we will see you all next week.
Bye.